Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Corbin Report. Bringing you another episode. It's been a while. Yes, the football game happened Thursday. This is supposed to be before. And we'll go over rankings I have for before this Thursday, what I learned from week 2, and just mention some little thoughts I have about soccer. And yeah, that's about it. Alright, we'll start with football, which is mainly, this episode is mainly about football. The pigskin. Alright, the Baltimore Ravens signed Jason Pierre-Paul for 1 year. In case you did not know, Jason Pierre-Paul, or otherwise known as JPP, he is the player who wasn't safe when using fireworks, and he blew his fingers up. According to Yahoo Sports, he won 2 Super Bowls, one with the New York Giants and the other with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. According to Pro Football Reference, he played 165 games. He started 137 of those games. JPP has 21 forced fumbles, 4 interceptions, 91.5 sacks, 603 tackles, 438 of those are solo tackles, and 165 are assisted, along to go with 164 quarterback hits. Now we'll get to stay in kind of with the NFC East, even though now he's with the Ravens, AFC. Going to the Cowboys. Micah Gallup, wide receiver, attempts to return to Monday Night Football. The Dallas Cowboys defeated the Cincinnati Bengals after almost losing to them. They won on a last-minute field goal after the Bengals crawled their way back into the game. In my opinion, the Cowboys aren't looking like themselves, even when Dak played in the first game. Dallas won this game with backup quarterback Cooper Rush. Wide receiver CeeDee Lamb is their number one receiver. And they get their second receiver, Michael Gallup, back, hopefully. In Gallup's career, he has 193 receptions for 2,902 yards, 15 touchdowns, in 55 games. He has been targeted 348 times. The Cowboys need another receiver who can complement Lamb after they lost Cooper to the Browns. Now, something a little short for a defensive player. Joe Hayden is retiring after playing with the Cleveland Browns and Pittsburgh Steelers. I just think he should play this season with the Steelers. That's just my opinion. He's a beast and good at what he does. Now here we can all say, or at least I'll say, this is an interesting topic. Seahawks head coach of the Seahawks, Pete Carroll, says, I quote this, "It is time to let him cook." Who is Carroll talking about? And in case you didn't know this, I got this from either NFL.com, I believe, or somewhere else. That's why I'm quoting him. And now back to who he's talking about. He's talking about Geno Smith. In case you don't remember, Smith was a good college quarterback at West Virginia. Now that Russell Wilson is with the Broncos, he has a chance to prove himself. Smith does. Again. And he did this against the Broncos, where Wilson is, before they lost to the 49ers. Geno Smith has thrown for 382 yards, 2 touchdowns, attempted 58 passes this season, and completed 47 passes. Through these 2 games, he is completing passes, just not throwing lots of touchdowns. This might be, could we say, intriguing? Tampa Bay Buccaneers signed wide receiver Cole Beasley to their practice squad, and they're expected to sign him to active roster. I believe this is according to NFL.com. Don't remember, honestly. Beasley, to me, could be what Gronk was to Brady. A safety net for the check down, or even after play action, can be a deep threat ad. whether the Buccaneers do or don't have a deep threat already. Now for some unfortunate news for the San Francisco 49ers. Quarterback Trey Lance suffered season-ending injury, and then Jimmy Garoppolo steps in and the 49ers win. I don't know if the quarterback situation with San Fran is drama to you or not. To me, it is. This offseason, Jimmy decided to stay with the Niners and not leave. This paid off for him. Unfortunately, Trey Lance got hurt. We all know what Jimmy can do. Is anyone excited for Jimmy or no? Okay, now some little opinion stuff. This is some stuff that I learned in week 2 that I wanted to share. You may or may not agree with me, and that's totally fine. Hence why they are called opinions. Head coach of the Jacksonville Jaguars, Doug Peterson, I think they have the right coach. Reason why is he has won a Super Bowl. If you don't remember who he won it was with the Philadelphia Eagles. There were some exciting games this past weekend. Another thing I learned is you still can't count anyone out until the final whistle. Of course, I already knew this. After Sunday, just another reminder, the example of the Miami Dolphins coming back from at least 14 down to come back and win against the Baltimore Ravens. Now, the Buffalo Bills, not have they only won their first 2 games, but they dominated. Who did they dominate against? Well, first game was against defending Super Bowl champions, Los Angeles Rams. Then the next game was against the bruising Tennessee Titans. If you don't know, they got Derrick Henry on their team. With that dude, let's be honest, is just ridiculous in a good way. The Atlanta Falcons, they are a better team than I think. They did lose their first 2 games, however, they barely lost them. They did lose their quarterback in Matt Ryan, however, they gained quarterback in Marcus Mariota. Mariota knows how to play, get to playoffs, and win. And the first 2 games, not having many weapons, he has some people, but not much. The Falcons are doing better than I think. The Kansas City Chiefs, they're still finding ways to win with quarterback Patrick Mahomes despite losing multiple players. Last Thursday, they played the Chargers, and they won, I believe, with their defense. Here's another intriguing, interesting, use whatever adjective you'd like to use. Are the New York Giants actually legitimate after winning their first 2 games and with their wide receiver drama? You may not know what drama I'm talking about with the wide receivers. The drama I'm talking about, if you didn't know, is with Kenny Galladay not getting much playing time after being the number 1 receiver in Detroit and doing well. Also, let's just say this. For the New York Jets, staying in New York, they also came back. They were down 6 and they ended up winning. They do not have their starting quarterback. Joe Flacco is their backup quarterback. Let's not forget. Joe Flacco has won a Super Bowl with the Baltimore Ravens. Now he is the backup to young quarterback Zach Wilson, I saw something on thingsIknow.com saying he's on track or might return week 4. Flacco has still got it. With the right people around him, things are good. And the Jets, they have some defense even though they lost their safety. With this win, this is not on my notes, but I'm saying on my own. That's how you know they have some... Oh, sorry about that. That's how you know they have some defense. Alright, now I know some people won't care for this. Some will. Here are my rankings for after week 2, before week 3, before the Steelers and Browns game happened. Yes, I know I'm doing this episode after Thursday Night Football. I wasn't going to do it, but I decided to do it anyways. So yeah, here's my rankings. Just bear with me. This might take a minute or more. So staying at number 1, I have the Buffalo Bills, and the reason, with their 2 games, dominating. At number 2, I have the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. They were in a battle with the Saints and ended up pulling out at the end. At number 3, I have the defending Super Bowl champions, the Los Angeles Rams. At number 4, in an interesting game, I have the Arizona Cardinals, who should have lost, and they came back and won. At number 5, I have the Kansas City Chiefs. At number 6, I have the Philadelphia Eagles. At number 7, the San Francisco 49ers. At number 8, Miami Dolphins. And then at number 9, I have the LA Chargers. Las Vegas Raiders at 10. New Orleans Saints at 11. Bengals at 12. The New York Giants at 13. The Detroit Lions, you might find this interesting, I have them at 14. The Patriots, which is my team I like, at 15. And the Baltimore Ravens at 16. Those are my teams 1 through 16. Now, 17 through 32 in the end. Like I said, you may or may not agree with this, and this is fine. This is what I think. I had the Pittsburgh Steelers at 17, Green Bay Packers at 18, despite their win. And I just realized something. I put one team twice, so I must be missing something. Bear with me.